I know. Okay. Let's do it step by step. So, dear colleagues, I just wanted to brief you on the fact that we asked for closed consultations of the Security Council, again on the topic of Nord Stream sabotage. Last time we did it, yes, so I don't know, if I am too tall or, okay. So, we asked for these closed consultations again. Last time we did it was less than 2 weeks ago, but during this meeting, last time we reiterated the necessity of the authorities of Germany, Denmark and Sweden to update the Council on the course of their investigation. This hasn't been done yet, and in the meantime we have learned that they have organized, the authorities of these countries, in particular Denmark, they have organized the tour of journalists to the place of the sabotage with all the equipment, making pictures, showing certain aspects of the situation, and of course promoting the conspiracy theories that would be aimed at shielding one country which we all well know about. So we think that this is absolutely unacceptable situation, that our country, as a country that is affected by this crime, should be absolutely updated on this situation. Same as Security Council, because as you all remember during the last discussion, the open briefing, all the members of the Security Council were united in the message that there should be information from these three countries about the course of their national investigation. Some of the members of the Security Council were asking for quick international investigation, same as we were. The others were asking to give some time, some space to these three countries, and the majority of the members of the Council supported this scenario. But we see that after that meeting, nothing has materialized, and we have all the reasons to demand from these authorities to speed up the investigation and to update the Council on the results before we consider further steps how to make those who are behind this crime accountable. Thank you.
Ambassador, on the events of this past weekend, is there any information that Russia's intelligence knew about the mutiny, as your president calls it, before, as the Biden administration had? And what is the future of the Wagner Group?
Well, these questions are much above my payroll, as you might understand. I am not dealing with these internal issues. There are a lot of speculations in this regard in Western press. I will also not comment on them. I think all the clarifications have been done, made recently by the president himself. So I don't think that there will be more authoritative source than him.
Ambassador, you called a meeting on Thursday about Ukraine. First, can you tell us what was the point of that meeting?
The point of the meeting is to analyze the situation with the deliveries of Western armaments and military equipment to Ukraine and how it affects the prospects of finding peace to Ukrainian crisis.
Do you not have a problem, though, arguing anything now in the Security Council about Ukraine, given that your invasion has backfired so spectacularly with a march on Moscow at one point?
I don't see any connection, frankly. This is absolutely internal matter, and really I'm very surprised that you take this kind of logic. This is internal issue, and we settled it.
It's deeply embarrassing, isn't it, though? President Putin declared and condemned a mutiny, and then he's done nothing about the mutineers. He looks very weak now.
I absolutely disagree. I think he looks strong, and our country looks stronger than ever because we were united to repel this mutiny, and if you think otherwise, then I think you might somehow change your optics, because you have maybe a little bit.
One final question, if I may, on the Wagner Group and their activities in Africa, clearly in countries where the Security Council is interested and that are on the Security Council agenda. My understanding is that in both Mali and Central African Republic, the agreement is actually between the Russian Federation and those countries. So will the Wagner Group continue to operate in those two countries?
Frankly, I don't have the data maybe that you have, but I don't have such information. I think you need to ask comments first and foremost to the governments of these countries. This is their sovereign decisions, and I think that the latest events showed clearly that the Wagner Group is detached from the government, and we're not taking decision for this group.
Sorry, Ambassador. Sorry, Ambassador, but it's still, whether you say you're detached or not, you are a member of the Security Council, and the Wagner Group is operating in those countries. So I'm asking you, can you try and seek clarification of whether the Wagner Group is going to continue its operations? What is your understanding?
I don't have even information that Wagner Group is operating in these countries, because this is a private military company. So how should I have the information about its activities? Same as American colleagues do not have a lot of information, as they say, about activities of different private military companies in the world. So why do you ask me these questions and so insistently? I don't know. I don't see any connection of this situation with the situation in Ukraine, first and foremost. This is our internal matter, which was settled in a very resolute way, and we're absolutely sure that our country has gone from this experience stronger than it was ever, and the President of authority showed to be... I'm sorry, with great respect, don't you abuse
your answer doesn't make sense. The Wagner Group has been enmeshed in the Russian military operation in Ukraine since 2014. They work side by side and have done with your military. And you're telling me the Russian government knows nothing about what the Wagner Group are up to.
But the fact that Wagner Group was making a rebellion against the Russian government, doesn't it show that Russian government was not involved in this situation? Many of Wagner fighters are real patriots of Russia, we admit it, and that's why they were participating in this fight against NATO in Ukraine. That was their deliberate decision, and we respect it, and we hope that there will be others who will be joining our legitimate fight for our freedom and independence. Okay? Yeah.
Your mission accused the hosting country, the United States, of incitement of defections. Do you have more details on this? And have you talked to your counterpart of the United States as well as the UN on this issue, and what's their response?
Of course, we raised this issue several times. We all face constant provocations, constant materials from the internet, persons approaching some of us. Of course, this is very futile attempts. I don't know what they are counting on. This is the breach of diplomatic practice and diplomatic protocol. We are indicating to our American colleagues and to the host country committee that this is absolutely unacceptable.
What's the response from the United States?
The response from the United States? No comment, as usually. When they are embarrassed, they usually do not comment things.
United Nations.
The United Nations, they, well, kind of an ostrich policy, you know, in this regard. They say this is a bilateral matter, but we do not think so. So we raise it in host country committee, and we will continue to raise it in host country committee bilaterally. And of course, we think that this is absolutely outrageous.
Mr. Ambassador, what is your reaction to the many commentators who have said that what happened over the weekend with the Wagner Group has weakened President Putin, and some commentators have said that it leaves him open to being challenged for the presidency in the next Russian elections upcoming?
I think I already answered this question. The people that are asking this question are obviously not Russian, and they do not understand Russia. Because if they did, they would really see it from absolutely different optics. The country has become more stronger, and the president's support has consolidated, and I think that's quite obvious for everyone who is open-mindedly analyzing Russia, not who has some Russophobic optics. They are, of course, disappointed, and I think that we will continue to disappoint them even more. Yeah.
Going back to the topic of the North Sea and the pipeline, then You say that Germany, Denmark, and Sweden are not informing the Security Council soon enough. Now, did Russia ask to this country directly, bilaterally, to move on the investigation? What was the answer, if you did? And then again on the question of Russian diplomats, your mission has been lamenting with denouncing with the Secretary General that the FBI somehow, some way is harassing you. Can you give us some specific about that? What is really happening? Why you think that you can't do well your job in New York at the moment? Because what's happening?
Well, if I start from your second question, then I can tell you that it can be in different forms. Somebody would approach you in the streets saying that if we want some cooperation on your future, on your brighter future, you know where to find us, trying to get acquainted with our diplomats and with our staff. Sometimes you open Twitter and then you have this popping advertisement that FBI is thinking that you need to have a better future, so you have this or that contact line. But I think you have you can judge by yourself the futility of these attempts from the moment when the special military operation started. As for the first question, yes, we repeatedly approached the three countries asking to be part of the investigation and to update us on the state of the investigation. They declined. We published this correspondence after we had this open meeting in the Security Council, and it's available as a UN document. Those who want to have a copy, they can ask Theodore, and we will share with you this document. It's not a secret. So the outrageous part is that they absolutely deny us any information. They say it's classified. They say that they're dealing with it themselves, and then they organize this kind of tourist tour to the place of the sabotage, inspiring journalists to make some further absurd conspiracy theories, shielding some elephant in the room, as we all understand. So trying to shield responsibility from those who are really culpable of this sabotage. That's what really was behind our desire to discuss this question once again in Security Council. Okay, maybe if it's okay, one more question. And no? Okay, then thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. So will you raise the question of Nord Stream again at the Security Council next time?
Absolutely, no doubt about it. We just need to understand really the degree of readiness to cooperate from the three countries in question, and we do not intend to put this question under the carpet. Okay, thank you very much.
Just a technical one. Thursday is in the morning? Afternoon. Okay.
Afternoon.